So if you want anyone to take your work seriously, you need to take yourself seriously.
Yeah.
And that means presenting yourself in a clear way, in a way that a business would, especially if you want to go freelance. You are a business. Give context to your projects. Don't just say that you did something. Say, what your role was, maybe who you worked with, obviously who you worked for. From our experience with working with the managers, these are the talent directors at these major agencies and brands. They tell us that they largely spend, a few minutes even on each portfolio they see, which means that making the first impression is hugely important.
Yeah, and you don't have to go and reinvent the wheel. You don't have to program your site from scratch. Use Simply's, use Squarespace. They have amazing templates that you don't really need to know even coding to learn and build, and you just put your work up there. And yeah, managers don't typically, when they're looking at so many portfolios all day long to hire people, they don't spend a lot of time on each one. And so that's why it's really important that your main page of your site really gets across what you do. Show stuff that people can actually see and don't have to squint and figure it out. It's just more impressive when something is big and shot nicely. That care you put into that presentation goes a long way and for the people looking at it. If you're creating any sort of visual work or any sort of products, document them. So set them up, get a good camera, and actually iPhones now and most phones now actually are pretty good cameras. So set it up with some lights on it and shoot it, and then present it as large as you can on your portfolio site, and showing behind the scenes photos and the process and how it was made and how it was done. All of that stuff adds context that helps tell the story of why you did it and how you did it.
Yeah, and another cool thing about what a portfolio, the opportunity that it gives you is it gives you context to your work. So you're not just saying, here's what I did, hope you like it. It's here's the process behind it, or here was my role in it. So even if they're spending a few seconds on it, it's you can make the impression that you want to make. Yeah,
I think it's important to position your portfolio as the work you want to do. A lot of people feel the need to show everything that they've ever done. So whether it was, a big project all the way down to a flyer for their local barbecue, and it's you don't need to show everything you've ever done. You don't need to prove all of it. One of the most important things when making a portfolio is editing. Only showing your best work, showing the work that you want to represent yourself with and the type of work you want to do. A teacher once told me, you're only as good as your worst piece of work in your portfolio. So make sure you're only showing your best work, showing the stuff that you're proud of, and you don't have to show everything you've ever done. So it's better to have 10 great pieces in your portfolio than 15 or 20, and the other ones are kind of just bringing up the rear.
Well, plus if people are spending 5 seconds in your portfolio, what do you want them to see?
Yeah, and that's the thing. If someone goes and clicks on one random project, you better make sure that one represents you just as well as the first one. And I think sometimes when I've gone to portfolios, I'll go and click on something in the middle, just to test that theory and be all right, I know you're leading with this one, but I want to see what you got going on down here. So yeah, it's really important to edit. Make sure you have contact info on there. So many people surprisingly forget to put that. If you are out there and on the internet and you want to get hired, make sure there's a way for people to contact you.
Definitely. Also, typos. I don't mean to get so basic about it, but that's, it's surprising, not surprising. A lot of people seem like they're not copy editing. Ask a friend to do it. Ask somebody else. Yeah, you're too close to yourself. Yeah.
It always throws people off, and it makes it seem like you don't have attention to detail. My dad gave me a great piece of advice, and he said, how you do anything is how you do everything. So when I see a portfolio and someone doesn't pay attention to the typos, if they're not paying attention to those details on their own portfolio site, are they going to pay attention to other details when we hire them?
Yeah.
A lot of times people will just put text links and not show the actual work, and you have to go and click on every single link to be able to see it. Don't do that. Show the work front and center, big thumbnails. If I go and get to a portfolio and it says loading and there's a bar, I just close it and go to the next one. So it's really important that your site opens up to your homepage right away. Don't even bother with a splash page. Just have it go straight to your main page.
Mm-hmm. So one of our managers is the senior recruiter at RGA, Christina Mazurowski. And we did an interview with her for our blog, asking her what does she look for in the portfolios that she reviews. She said, the amount of time I spend on a portfolio is actually dependent on my gut reaction to it. I usually have a feeling within the first 5 seconds of looking at a portfolio. Even if my gut reaction is bad, I will spend an additional 3 to 5 minutes with it just to double check. I spend more time with those I like. If I find I'm spending too much time on a portfolio because I can't figure it out, that is usually a red flag. If a creative candidate can't present in a cohesive and clear manner, it usually won't be a fit for us.
People are expecting you to be able to communicate an idea, a thought, a brand, any of that. So to be able to clearly communicate that in your website is really important. If you can't talk about the work that you do, it's going to be hard for you to connect with other people. My friend John Graham, one of my favorite parts of his website isn't even his work, it's the description of the work. Because it's just like, it's such, and he's a copywriter, so it's really clever writing, really witty, and that's like, I just had a great time going through and just reading that. That's another reason why people will hire you. They'll hire you because of your work, but they'll also hire you because of the things that you're into and the things you have knowledge about.